And so on to part 2 of this repair, the Swytch bike controller, if indeed it is going to be a repair. Last part, I took the old MOSFET off after digging all the resin off it. I've got some new ones. These came, I think, UK seller from this person. Same part numbers as the original. These seem to be a little bit odd because they've got short legs on them. Seems as if they've been cut out of something else, but as long as they work. First thing before doing anything else is to do a component test. NMOS gate drain source, RDS 0.4 ohms. I thought these were a lot lower. Maybe they've got lower resistance when they're on. This control is for one of the batteries on my right here. See, in the last video, it was the video right before this one, I took some microscope footage of inside there. Can't see that. There was a little bit of a trace there going from the pad that I broke, the soldering pad. See that one there? One with no plating on it, on the right hand side. Yeah, there's a little bit of a trace there going from the resistor to that pad. There is continuity there, so I may be able to just solder up a new MOSFET in there, and hopefully that trace will bond to it. That bit of thin wire I've soldered on there. See if I can check that for continuity. I think that's on the resistor. You can hear the meter off screen. So hopefully that little wire will stay in place. Hope it won't rip off when I put the MOSFET in. Even though this trace does have continuity to that resistor, this is just a little bit extra in case that had ripped off. So what I'm going to do is just wind it around. Just wind this around the gate leg. You see that? Having soldered that new MOSFET in place, I think I should test it first. Battery positive to each MOSFET. These are the negative ones. I'm going to try out this controller now, but not using the Swytch battery, just in case it blows the internal fuse. I do have a 6-volt battery pack that'll do. Yes, very messy. You'll never trace that out. So what I've got here is the battery, dummy battery connector. I put a fuse in it before it goes to the XT30. Let's see if this blows up when I connect it up. It's very possible. Slight little crack on there. Let's see if this works. Ah, it does. Amazing. Okay, one last thing. I think this is what I did last time. Negative from the, what's it called, signal generator over there to my blue pedal assist wire. You can't see that there's an LED flashing on that controller. See, it's red one there. It just caught my eye. Hold on. Contact. I never expected that to work. I'm just going to put my hand on that because I'll put the heatsink on. I'm not going to run it long in case it gets hot because there's no heatsink on that. Can I get my fingers in there? Yeah, not even warm. But it works, amazingly enough. Before I put this heatsink back on the MOSFETs, it's a horrible cheap way of doing things. Putting capped on tape on that instead of putting thermal transfer pads. That's being cheap, isn't it? You wouldn't have thought there'd been much thermal transfer with this capped on tape. Electrical insulation, yes, but thermal transfer. But thermal properties, doubt it. Let's try that again with the aluminium block on. See if anything's changed. See if it still works. Second generator on. Contact. You can hear the wheel, can you see the wheel? Bet. Oh, and it stops. And it stops. Why are you stopping? There's something I'm doing, isn't it? Just turn it up a little bit. See if this gets hot. Oh, fairly warm. Could do with an extensive test, but I'd call that a pass. It's drawing a lot out of this battery as well. It's only 1S battery. Good enough. And I just remembered how to fix the broken wire that someone broke. Before I put it back together, I put some tape on the inside of the box, some Gorilla tape, strong adhesive, and some Captain on the bottom. That's one half of the case on. It used to be one piece, but now it's two. Got the heatsink screwed on. Where's the other half? Yeah. Probably went that way. Wires in the way, of course. That's the case back on. It's not too shabby, I don't think. It comes back together better than I thought it would. Where's the other gap? There you go. Nothing but tape on cure. I should test it first, shouldn't I? Same setup as previously. Dummy battery. Let's connect it up and see if she blows. Be good to me. Slight little crack. A promising sign. See if this fires up. Still does. Oh, the ultimate test. Let's give it a signal. Can you see the wheel? Ooh, why is that flashing? That's not a good sign. It's the first time I've seen that happen. It's probably not going to work now, is it? You little shitbag. You tart. Ah. Apparently this is an error message. It means that the controller and display aren't connected properly. Seems to be connected. You have to light it up anyway. Who bother? And there's a lot of resistance in my motor here, which wasn't there before. It's okay now when the display is powered down. I seem to have bugged up the controller at the last minute. And it isn't just this display, because I've tried another one. Same results. That's a pity. So this repairers refused at the last fence, pulled up. Now it's time to shoot the horse. Scullabath. Oh well, at least you've had a look inside the Swytch controller without having to do it yourself. I've tried it myself. It was so close. So from me and my mess of wires, I need the beer and the kebab.